Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wilds. Today I'm not gonna be doing any hunting. I'm gonna be talking. So in the last video I said that I would give you guys tips and tricks on how to get the great one. Me personally, I have not gotten the great one, but as I've said in the last video, that I have a few friends that has gotten the great one, and I know a lot about it. I'm pretty educated on that, let's just say. So, first thing you need is you need a good setup. So for that, you're going to want to have a few places set up. So like me, I have a bunch of tripods around the lake. I got a bunch of red deer zones, making sure that there's red deer constantly coming in, and I'm constantly getting red deer. Over here, over there I have some. Here I just deleted some. I shot way too many. I didn't realize how many I shot. You're gonna want some red deer locations, and you're gonna want it all like set up to like the way you want it. But yeah, personally, from my experience, what I do is I usually go into the map, run around, spot out some zones. As soon as I get a few zones in one area, like let's just say there's two. Let's just use this as an example. There's two over here, two for red deer. So I slap something down at least 300 meters or 300 yards away. And then here I got my outpost, so I don't need a tent. Here I got a tent right beside my tripod, so I can just spawn here, run over here, grab a few red deer, and we're good. Here also. Another thing is you're gonna want enough cash. That being said, I'm gonna show you what you need to cash for. You're gonna want enough cash. You're going to want the right caliber gun. You can use a 270. Red deers are level 6, so you can use a 270. Basically, you can use most of these guns in the rifles. You can use a 303. You can use a 30-06. The 50 caliber is perfect. You can't use a 22. The M1's perfect. The Mosin Nagant's perfect. The 6.5 is more than enough. The 338 you cannot, but a lot of these guns you can. So what you need is if you're just starting off and you want to work for the great one, just for I don't know, just to have it, you're gonna want a lot of ammo. So that's what you're gonna want to use your cash for. You're gonna want to make sure you at least start off with at least 20,000. Buy a bunch of bullets. Buy the guns you want. Buy one time. Actually, no. You know what? I'd say start off with 50,000. Unless you guys already got a tripod and a tent. You're going to want one tripod, one tent. You're going to want to set up an area that you like to hunt in, that you get a lot of population, that your population is up for red deer and all that. But then you're going to want to go ahead and buy all your bullets. And another thing too is you're going to need patience, because if a lot of you are beginners and you want to know how to get the great one, it takes a lot of patience. As soon as you shoot an animal, a lot of them will flee. You're going to have hunting pressure in that area. The animals aren't going to come back very much. So I do suggest you have at least 2 or more places that you have set up for your red deer. With that being said, another thing too is you're going to want to have a lot of time on your hands, because this isn't just like, a one week thing to do, because as most of you don't know, you need 3,000 kills roughly to be able to spawn in the great one. And with that being said, you're gonna go through a lot of ammo, but you don't have to worry about cash then, because as you shoot red deer, as you shoot any animal, you gain cash from it. So you're gonna use that cash. You're gonna buy a bunch of ammo. You're gonna buy, more tents, more tripods, setting up more arrows. It's not a problem. Another thing too is you're gonna want a red deer collar. A red deer collar, you're gonna be sitting in your tripod. You're gonna be calling out for them. It attracts red deer to your area. Let's just say if they're at a drinking zone and the drinking zone ends and they start walking away, because I've noticed when you send out red deer calls or anything on the game, any animal in the game, when they're eating or they're drinking or they're resting, they will not respond to your calls. for some odd reason. But when that time ends and they start traveling, going to a different spot, you're gonna want your collar. The reason for that is because once they stop drinking, once they stop eating, doing whatever they're doing, they will respond to your call. I'm not saying they do all the time. I'm just saying that they will take the bait, most of them. Another thing too I want to talk about is you're gonna want to shoot the males. You're gonna want to get a bunch of males, shoot them. Females, I don't think they respawn into males. Females, they come back. Their respawns are also females, so you're gonna want to take out most of the males. A reason for that is because most of the males, as you're going up for your great one, and you're doing the red deer grind, you might catch a few good golds. Maybe a possibility. There's a very high chance possibility of having a few diamonds also. So you're gonna want to take out all the stags. And another reason for that is because the stags also give you more money. And the more money, the easier it is to set up your tripods, to set up your areas, and to set up your your little area you want to do your red deer grind on to work up to the great one. Another thing too is you're gonna want scent eliminator. I don't know if I have any. I doubt it, so I'm just gonna show you right in the store here. You're gonna want to go to no collars, no equipment right here. And consumables, you're gonna want scent eliminator. That reduces the I'm not gonna say the ability, but it reduces the chance of an animal smelling you and fleeing. So if you're trying to take a shot, it smells you and it flees and you miss your shot, then there goes like the waste of money you spent on bullets. There goes the waste of bullets, and you're gonna have to restart all over again. So that reduces. And also another thing too with the tripods, it reduces your sorry, I can't talk. It reduces your visibility to them. So if you're let's just say you're 100 yards away from them. If you're standing on the ground and playing open, they're not going to come in with like at least 150 yards. As soon as they see you, they're going to get up and flee. But with the tripod, you can't sit in the tripod and they'll come up right beside you, like right down in there. They will not see you until they get really, really close, and they'll notice that you're there. And another thing with the tripod too, as you can see, I have hunting pressure. This hunting pressure, it takes 3 to get rid of your zones. You're gonna want that tripod, and you're gonna want to be in that tripod when you do your harvest and take your shots, because it takes at least 18 or more shots to delete your zone. And the way to delete your zone is if you shoot too many animals in one area, and you get the hunting pressure all the way up to, let's just say right here. This prank, let's just say, I had 3 zones around here. I completed, I think 4 shots in this area, and I deleted all 3 zones. So that's another reason why you want the tripod. Another reason for the tents being near, other than being able to travel to them, is if you're in a spot and you're getting like, the red deer or whatever you're hunting, you'll be able to run back to the tent to buy more ammo if you're getting low or anything else. So that's another plus. I got a roe deer over there. I might take that out. So that's another plus. Actually, no, I'm gonna focus on taking this red deer out, so I'm not just sitting here talking your guys' ear off. But oh, what was I gonna say? Another thing too is when you're doing a red deer grind, you're gonna want to be at least somewhat. I'm not gonna say you're gonna want to be good at the game. Reason for that is because red deer, if you screw them up, I mean you can do a little. I'm not gonna say it out loud because I don't, there's too many cheaters on games right now, so I'm not gonna say it out loud. I don't personally do it. I don't believe in it. If I mess up a shot, I just leave it. But you're gonna want to be good at the game, so you're not gonna want to mess up too many shots. Mess up too many shots, it decreases the chance of the animal actually coming back to that area, and it could screw up your your potential for being able to get the great one. What was I gonna... I had this all planned out before I even started talking. Now I just forgot all about it, just talking about it. But, where do we get this road here? Okay, right up here. Another thing too, I'm gonna show you, the red deer, if you're doing a red deer great one, I'm gonna show you some spots they like to be. Right here, I deleted a few zones in the past because I was hunting here quite a bit. Here's a really good hot spot for red deer. Also, 1, 2, 3, all three of these lakes are really good hot spot. And right here also is another good spot for red deer. So actually, in my opinion, I suggest you set up a spot right here because there's like 3, maybe 4 zones right along this lake right here for red deer. And once you get, like as I was saying, once you get all your, your stuff situated, you got enough money to buy more tents, more tripods. You're gonna want to invest in some tents and tripod. You're gonna want to place some. In my opinion, I do 2, depending on how big the lake is. Maybe I should have one up in here, but you're gonna want to put 2, maybe 3 on the lakes, like this big lake, possibly down here also. I heard this is a good spot for red deer. And also, I'm gonna mention this. If you're in a very, if there's an area, there's a lot of trees, and it's not a good place for tripods, you're up in the leaves, I highly suggest you guys buy a tree stand. A tree stand also does the same thing as the tripods. It reduces the hunting pressure, it decreases the visibility, and all that. Or, if you're in, right on the side of the lake, and you don't want to be up high, and there's trees in the area, like, let's just say right here, let's just say I'm sitting in the tripod, and the ground's right behind there. If you want a blind stand, I'd put a blind stand, because that'd bring you lower. And then you're going to be able to see under the trees. Then that increases your visibility to see them. Another thing, too, I want to talk about is when you're calling in the red deers, you don't want to do it too often, let's just say. If you're doing it one after another, you're gonna get confused, the red deer. You're gonna confuse the animal, and it's gonna flee. It's gonna take off from you, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Red deer. Also, I want to talk about. I talked about the locations, the best location, but red deer, you don't really find any of their zones around like tree area, fields, like I'm standing. Usually, you find red deer zones right near a lake. Because, in my opinion, the red deer like staying near the lake. So that's a tip for you guys that I personally made myself. Look near lakes. You're gonna find a lot of red deer. Another thing too, if you're doing the whitetail grind, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing for everything I just talked about. But yeah, with that being said, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. There's nothing really more I want to talk about, other than I wish you guys luck. I hope my tips and my guide helped you. And I'll see you guys all later. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. I'm going to be trying to post daily, if not every 2 days. But yeah, you guys have a great night.